The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
And welcome to the Writer's Block Podcast. I'm Mandra.
I'm Debbie.
And I'm Shelley.
And here at the Writer's Block, our mission is to inspire, empower, and to help people be well. Today, we're going to be talking about catching up with the outside world. Because sometimes writing isn't just about the writing. So we've all had some connections, gotten some feedback from people not in our group. So we're going to talk about that today. Deb, you want to start us off?
Sure. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that my editor had given me the tracking number. Now, remember, this is the second time it's come back. So he's already been through it. You guys went through it.
Right.
He's gone through it a full time. He came back to me. I made the changes, did all the work. And so it was coming back now. This is supposed to be the final time. I got it on Wednesday, but I didn't open it until Saturday because I knew I needed time.
How could you stand it?
Because I have to be able to focus, because when I first get it, I'm always overwhelmed and intimidated and shocked at how much more work there is. And so I need to be able to have enough time to get past that. So
Focused.
It's 213 pages. You know, with as many times it's been through, he has notes on 187 pages out of the 213.
Oh my God.
So I first opened it and I thought, I cannot believe there's this much work left to do. I walk away, I make a coffee, I get a Bailey's, doesn't matter what time of day it is.
Or what time.
It does not matter at this point. And so, but then I took a closer look, ladies, and it's really minimal stuff.
Oh, that's great.
And you know what? That is almost as scary. I mean, I am really close.
Do you focus in on one of the good comments and just go back and read that good comment?
Does he write good comments? Does he does both, right?
Oh, we all know my editor Howard is absolutely amazing. I truly believe he has a voodoo doll of me in his house that he just can manipulate and make do things, because I'll be doing things I don't intend to do, and I love them.
Okay.
So it's a misspelling word here. It's it's literally, what do you call that? Data processing in a way.
Right.
Like it's that
Word processing
close.
stuff, yes.
I'm that close.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's kind of exciting.
It's very exciting.
So that means, and now last week we talked about my cover, so that's in progress. Now, the next thing I did was I reached out to copywriters. One in particular, they're called Blurb people, because
Blurb people?
Well,
Blurb people, that's a title?
That's a civilization.
The Blurb people, yes. I'm sure, whatever. But so copywriting is different. So did you know that the back cover is almost always not written by the author?
Sometimes.
Well, you need it written by a salesperson at that point. You're trying to sell
Exactly.
books.
It's a very different kind of writing.
Yeah.
And so here I have this 213 pages. Now, part of the editing process is looking at every single scene and saying, is this that important? Does this move the story along? Do I need it? And so it's been through editing so many times, I believe every scene is necessary. So how do I take that 213 pages and narrow it down into 2 or 3 paragraphs? Oh, God. It's intimidating. Mm-hmm. So I reached out to, my first book, my publishing house, they wrote the back cover for me. This time I need to find someone to do it.
Okay.
So I reached out. Guess what? They don't read the book.
What? They don't even read your book.
How do they not read the book?
She's not going to read the book.
Shelley, you could have yours done now.
Seriously,
She probably
right?
does.
The book isn't written, so I mean, they could write the back page.
Yeah. They don't.
So what do they
How
take?
do they do
what,
that?
What info do they take to write? A
Well,
psychic?
No, she asked for, like, what's the name, the main character, what's the conflict, and like 2 or 3 other questions. And so I emailed her back and I said, well, can I pay you extra to read the book? And
No, Deb, that's not how it works.
it's not.
People are supposed to pay you to read their book.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
So she basically just interviews you about the book.
No. Email.
Oh, email,
You don't
not even a voice.
Not even a voice.
Oh.
And so
Impersonal.
I felt I don't even know where to start. So Howard, my wonderful editor, I reached out to him and I said, Howard, just pretend I'll run the race, but you need to pass me the baton. You need to let me know where to start. So I just thought that you would find it interesting. I'll just read you a little bit of what he sent back. There are 2 general approaches to back cover copy. The teaser can actually be a strong paragraph or 2 from the book. And then he put in parentheses, your first couple of graphs are good. back to Howard's words. He said, the other approach attempts to tell what the book is about and can go into the core issues of the narrative. For this, I would simply think how you would describe the book to someone. So I guess there are different approaches on how to do that.
Yep.
One thing he did say, all of a sudden on a semi-ordinary day, et cetera, this is my book, tell us that things are not ordinary. And I love that kind of book where it's just a regular person on a regular day.
Sure.
Until it isn't.
Because that's real.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll
grab you.
Yes, the one other thing he said, which I thought another angle is that Jody, my main character, as the child of an alcoholic, is about control in doing everything right, which involves repression and denial, creates a perfect world, except it doesn't, ever. You become a human, emotional time bomb.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Yes. So I feel like he gave me the baton, and so now, ladies, I have two options. I will try to do it, but I honestly believe I cannot write this well. I'm thinking about now reaching back out to that blurb person, who's the blurb people, who isn't going to read the book, and give her these and see what
she comes up with.
Yeah. Let her write the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It's a great.
Yeah, it's
See if you can have it for Thursday when we meet.
Yeah, get on that.
Okie dokie.
Can you get on that? You have 48 hours. Come on.
Yeah.
You got this.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys though have pages I'm going to send tonight, so you're
right.
already going to be busy.
Okay.
It's gonna be a jam.
What's another paragraph among friends?
Well, actually, she did say extra. You could pay a little extra to get it quicker.
There you go.
So maybe I'll do that. But
Do they give you a couple of copies that you can, okay, this one's kind of the dark one, this one's a little brighter.
But you get options.
I really, because I haven't done this before, I really don't know. But how can she give me options on a book she hasn't read? So
I guess we'll have to see.
Yes,
You don't have to read. She doesn't need to be emotionally attached to the book. She just needs to write something to make someone want to read it. It's not.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the book.
Oh,
How many
Poor
times?
Deb.
how
Wait,
many-
let me get the tissues. Broken heart.
How many times have we seen a movie trailer and you get into the movie and it's like this?
This isn't what I
the
thought
movie
it
trailer
was.
had nothing to do with what
But
the
it
movie
got you
really,
in to see it.
But it did.
That's true. Or
So
it had
she
the
just needs
only
to get-
good part in the trailer.
but I don't want people to say, "Oh, I got into the book and I don't like it."
They won't. Well, they won't.
Some
because
people
it'll be a
are
good
going
book.
to say that. You just have to deal with that.
Oh.
There's naysayers out
Jonathan,
there.
you're not going to read the book, so no one else is going to say that.
I don't think
It's
you
a
have
fair
the
point.
mute his mic button.
we need a mute.
We can't mute. We can't mute the production extraordinaire or the
right.
producer extraordinaire.
Not at all.
Well, Deb, that's very exciting.
Yes.
Both the edits from Howard and
how
the Blurb
close I
people.
am.
Very close.
I'm a little
my
I'm a little
gosh.
scared to be this close.
That's great.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm
I need
over
a
the
breathing
moon.
exercise right now.
Yes. Remember, let's
I'd have to refer back to last week's show.
Yes,
to
for the
learn how to
breathing
breathe
exercise.
properly.
thank
Absolutely.
heavens we had someone to tell us how to do it.
That was perfect timing.
Seems like just yesterday that we taped that
We
show.
were here taping that.
Oh, days go by so fast.
Shell, tell us about your contact with the outside world.
Oh, so my contact with the outside world was scary, just like I told you last week or yesterday or this morning or whenever that was. That I hit send on the PayPal to pay for the developmental editor. I signed the contract and
Nice.
and it was like every time and everything stood still as my finger went to hit send.
Because it isn't just the financial commitment. I mean, that's
No,
a
that-
commitment.
That part didn't actually scare me.
Right.
It was the part that is this person.
Can you share with
the
us a
right
round
person?
what this costs?
Well,
Because these are types of things that nobody has
Nobody
any
knows,
idea.
right? I don't know what the
What's
pay scale is like
reasonable?
for blurb people or
right, and I had no
ghostwriters.
idea as well either. So she is going to Dawn Langley, and she's out of North Carolina. Her latest book is The Morning Parade, which is an amazing. It's kind of full of drama. There's a little bit of love story in there. It's just it's great. I love her writing. But I'm truly, to be honest, I have a little bit more sarcasm, so I want to make sure that she can help me. Was that the voice of God?
You
I need to have
have a little
sarcasm in my
sarcasm?
life. Just a little, a touch. Just
Did
a
you know
touch.
that, Deb? I didn't know.
You didn't know?
I had no idea.
You never
had
picked
such-
up on that,
No.
huh? Okay.
I feel like I'm getting to know you so much better now. Now that you're letting out these little nuggets about yourself.
God. Tattoos revealing.
So exactly. So she is. So the whole line item, which was super cool, was that she line edits 400 pages at $2 a page.
Which actually
and that is her deeply discounted friends of friends, because how I found her was amazing. Is I was literally in the salon doing somebody's hair and talking about my book and, you know, trying to get the next step of an editor or developmental editor. And my client said, "Oh, you have to look up my friend I went to high school with." Now, this is I call her my chic hippie. You know, she is in her late 60s and she's just amazing. And so that's the connection of knowing people to know people.
Right.
So her line editing for her friends of friends, she charged me $2 a page.
Which is very reasonable.
There's an entire marketing plan that she puts together that she charges $150. And then there is a entire packet put together, Deb. I'm searching for the right words that you would send to all the
agents and publishers.
Agents, yeah. So the entire package is put together. The presentation, the whole packet is put together. She charges $150 to put that together, and then she has thinking that I need 4 hours of coaching. I don't think she actually knows me very well yet either, Mr. Jonathan. But 4 hours of coaching at $35 an hour via phone or Skype and things like that.
Now, with the $2 per page, is that every single time that a page gets edited, or is that a lifetime thing for that page? Page 4, for example, needs to be edited 3 times. Are you paying for that page 3 times, or did you pay for it once and that's it?
Well, Jonathan, that's a really good question. Mm-hmm. I don't actually know the answer to that.
I think I do.
You think you do? You think it's a lifetime?
Sure. You wish.
The project.
No, it's one time
she's going to come back and forth.
Right?
Yeah. 400 pages
She's
total.
going to edit it, give it to you, and then that's probably the last time she's looking at that page.
Or she'll look at it again, but she'll charge you again.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, for when I publish my book about the producer extraordinaire stories.
Oh my gosh.
Jonathan, we could go on
we
book
in the
tour.
book?
The journals of a
Oh, yeah,
producer.
you girls will be in the book.
We're in the book.
Well, of course
We're going to write part of it on the island. Yeah. Or at the cabin.
Oh, and if you girls think that I'm actually doing the writing, I'm totally hiring a ghostwriter. I'm not doing any of this.
And blurb people.
And I'm not hiring anyone who calls himself a blurb person. They either come up with a more fabulous name or forget
I see
it.
like the Smurfs in my head, like these
Well,
blurb people.
Right? And I know 3 amazing writers that could ghostwrite for you, Mr. Jonathan. I think they're on the writer's blog.
Yeah.
I think
The writer's blog.
Mandra, Debbie, and Shelley.
Why don't you send us some pages for next time?
Yes.
Because I'm not writing it. You would have to send the pages to yourself.
This will be our next project,
I'm gonna hire a ghost person to follow me around and take notes
there
about
you
what
go.
it is that I experience, and then they can send that to you, and you girls.
and then
can
we'll
write it
edit
up.
that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, Shell, that's very exciting.
Yeah, it's still like, you know, I'm rattling inside.
Right.
I'm still like really wanting to feel like I'm going to throw up.
Well, and the truth is, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you for doing this. And I was a little bit afraid that you own your own business. You're a very, very busy woman. You travel and you do a lot of hair shows. I was a little afraid that you were going to go the ghostwriter way. Mm-hmm. It would have been easier. It would be a lot easier.
It would have been easier.
But you know what? Easier isn't always better.
Did you hear that, Jonathan? Easier isn't always better.
Well,
Yeah, I don't care.
hopefully this way keeps more of your voice. And what was that you said? Sarcasm?
Yes.
Sarcasm.
Keeps
Just a
that
touch.
kind of true to Shelley.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, I feel like she's cracking out of her egg. I can see the little wings. Yay, Shelley, we're proud of you.
Very proud of you.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
job.
All right, let's stay on task, ladies.
Okay.
All right. So my connection with the outside world was I started my professional Instagram account, which I know does not seem like a big deal to anybody.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge
Big deal.
deal
It's a
for
big
me.
deal, yeah.
I am such a social media phobe. I have a private Instagram account that I have like 10 followers, and I'm good with that.
Right.
But I've been told you got to build a base. You got to have followers. You got to be out in social media, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I was in San Diego visiting some family. I had extra time. I started it, and it is Mandra Be Well.
And I just checked your account. You have another follower since we talked this morning.
I love how that happens. I
They
haven't
are
even
just
told my
racking up.
friends and family about it yet.
I
so that's
love
great.
it.
And that's where we're going to do book updates. We're going to do health and wellness tips. I'm going to share some great recipes and clean eating tips and all that good stuff. So
I love it.
it was huge for me.
You did it.
Yeah. I didn't even have a Facebook account.
You
so
did not
people told
want
me
to
I
do
needed
it. There
to
were
do
weeks
that.
ago you were like, I do not want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you did it. See, it's not so hard.
Well, we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes.
Anyone who says social media is not hard, I will disagree. I think it's very hard. But
But that's part of what we've learned, right? That
Yeah.
everyone says you have to have a following. And I said, I don't even have the book yet. And they said, it doesn't matter. You just start having the following and then the book will come.
People reach out to social media for entertainment. And so your base that you're building needs to be a base that you can entertain. Those are the people that you want to reach out to or have reach out to you. And I believe the podcast is a great way to do that as well. I find the three of you very entertaining.
Oh, thanks.
This podcast is a form of social media.
Well, this is fun.
You are entertaining people, and you need to look at your social media accounts, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, as that same type of platform where you're not trying to constantly reach out and sell something. You are trying to entertain your base.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a better way of looking at it for me.
Entertain. Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I did. I think we might need to take our walk around the neighborhood pretty soon here, ladies.
I think so.
All right. Shall we skip over to Mendra's Be Well Corner?
Sure. So this is just a follow-up from our last podcast where we talked about conscious breathing. This is more of a meditation that I learned a long time ago, and I used a lot with kids, but it's great for adults as well. And the man who came up with it, his name is Daniel Brown, and he's a PhD out of Cambridge. But basically what you do, girls, I'm going to have you just do it, a little snippet of it. We're going to go quick. But normally you would take a little bit more time with it. You're going to close your eyes, and you're going to imagine yourself lying on a cloud. And I want you to try to use all your senses on how that cloud feels, what it feels like to your touch, what it looks like, and the sensation of floating. And you're going to float on that cloud to your special place. And you want to get a clear picture of that place in your mind. And again, you want to use all of your senses. So while you're there, what do you hear? What do you smell? Is there any taste? What is the touch like? And you would normally stay there for a few minutes, kind of really spending some time with each of your senses, and notice how you feel emotionally. And then you're going to get back onto that cloud. And again, use all your senses to kind of float back into the present, but taking with you that feeling of whatever it happened to be. And I'll have you tell me what you sort of brought back with you. A sense of what?
I brought back my pineapple and vodka that I was drinking on the beach in Mexico. I felt the warm sun and the cold vodka and pineapple.
So was that a relaxing place for you? Fun?
Oh,
okay.
God,
So your emotion that you brought back would be the relaxation.
Relaxation.
Yeah.
I owe Shelly an axe because I was at her cabin by myself.
Trying to break in?
And I brought, for some reason, she has this medieval axe in my cloud. And I brought that back with me. It just was cool as hell. So possible. I owe you an axe. I'm sorry.
Okay, deal. He's stealing in his meditation.
Borrowing in real.
Borrowing. Because you can float back, put it back. Deb, how about you?
Oh, I guess I did it wrong because I was stuck on the cloud. I guess
okay.
I didn't hear you say get off the cloud.
That's all right. If that's your play, you hung out on the cloud.
Did your cloud lower in to where were you?
I was on the cloud.
She stayed on the cloud.
Yeah. I was just, and I was thinking, I suddenly, my cloud looked like which is going to sound terrible, but it's not, a coffin. And I had Sophie and Jonathan get in it with me. And then I was just floating. And then that was it.
Okay. Well, how did that feel?
Oh, cozy.
Cozy.
And warm. And I
Good.
could smell both of them.
Good. So
That's disturbing. I don't want to know what I smell like. Thank you.
You smell good.
So that's when you can use. You can definitely we did it fast, but you could definitely take
that.
more time doing that. And that helps. If you can't clear your mind, it gives you a focused direction.
And the important thing that I noticed on both of your meditative exercises is that there is no wrong way.
Right.
And that's the lack of judgment is so important when you're trying to get yourself centered.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be centered and be judgmental of yourself. You have to let that go and just be present.
Right. Exactly. And being present is the point. Yeah.
Well, and note to self, when the show's over, I'm going to ask Amanda, where was I supposed to get off the cloud?
I'll put you right on that couch over there. We'll try it again.
You can go back and listen to the podcast.
That's a better idea.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
All right, Deb. Let's sashay over to Life Ponderings.
Okay. Well, today I wanted to talk about when something's really important to you, you want to find the other people who care about it as much as you do. And I feel like our little writing group, I suppose although we're now official because we do have a name, we have a logo, we have a producer, we have a podcast, we have books. So it's lovely to be official. But before, we were just three women who didn't know each other very well. And we bared our souls to each other through our memoirs. Inside my soul, I feel like we're a tribe of goddesses. And when I feel something that strong, I want to make something. So I made this for us.
I like being part of a
I
tribe.
love that.
Yes. So these are goddesses dancing around. And of course, because we're at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe in Two Guys Smoke Shop, we have matches available. And you can see here, you just light the candles. And then you just place this over it. And now you can see through the glass.
That's pretty.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
It
I
makes-
love that.
Me too. And if I would be happy to make one for each of you.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And I wondered, would you want blue?
Yes.
And turquoise? I thought so.
Yes.
Do you have a preference of colors, Mandra?
Some greens.
Green.
Some greens in there.
Oh, great. Some
Fascinating.
greens.
Earthy,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
And
love it.
I did do a little video on how the process of
Okay.
doing stained glass. So
You're going to share that?
I will share that at DeborahMonk.com around the time this show airs.
Great.
Fun.
And
Fun.
so now we can rock it over to the Inspiration Alley.
I love my rocket.
Goes right past those clouds.
Spelled with a Y, by the way.
Yes,
Probably.
of course, as it should be.
My shout out today goes to Sherry, who is the owner of Inspire Cosmetics, as well as the Water's Edge Salon now. And she has been my business partner for the last 15 years. Amazing. She wrote me a beautiful note one day 2 years ago and asked me if she could use Inspire, spelled the way I do, INSPYR, to label her cosmetic company. So Inspire Cosmetics is sold exclusively at Water's Edge.
Nice.
And I'd love to have her on the show someday to talk about the inspiration and how she writes, just in how the eyeshadows are named. One
Okay.
is purple and called French Twist. And, she has these amazing verbiage that she puts with the whole makeup line. And the best part about it through her inspiration was that women always have this problem with their makeup and blending. We're constantly like patting all the way down our neck and wondering where to stop. And all of her foundations are custom blended for your skin tones and skin types. So shout out to Miss Sherry for
I
Inspire
didn't do that.
Cosmetics.
Yeah.
And sold exclusively at the Water's Edge Salon and Spa in Derry. And that's my inspiration for
As
today.
a bald man, anytime I wear makeup, I
Yeah,
have
you
a hard
do some
time knowing.
blending.
I have a hard time knowing where my face stops. That's my issue.
I love it.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, I think that's
been
it.
fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you all for listening. And you can check me out at Mandra Be Well
DeborahMonk.com and on Facebook as Deborah Monk.
And at Shelley Devlin Inspire.
And may you be inspired, feel empowered, and be well.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.